Tonight on Supersize versus Superskinny. Two extreme opposites go head-to-head. One is starving himself for his idea of the perfect body.
If you want something bad enough, you do anything.
The other is gorging himself into an early grave.
Even though you know it's bad for you, you just carry on.
Damaged by their destructive diets.
There was a hole in my bladder.
They're destroying their bodies beyond repair.
The normal healthy cells will be filling up with fat and you will die.
Now they're being forced to confront their lifelong problems.
That's just wrong, isn't it?
In an intensive 5-day shock to the system.
You want me to finish the whole lot?
I just can't sit smelling that Chinese. I can't look at it. It's going to be a hard week.
Plus, Anna's Flab Fighters are upping the pace.
Who ate all the pies?
Woo! Look at that bum!
And LA's shocking baby weight loss trends are exposed.
The child ends up getting sick, they end up going into hospital. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it's insane.
Superskinny Martin is obsessed with having a good body.
I know that my body's okay. You know, I've got great abs. I've got, you know, I'm athletic.
But this ex-jockey's flat stomach is the result of an extraordinary starvation regime.
I don't ever fancy food. There's been many days that I've not eaten at all.
For the next 5 days, Martin will be checking into the feeding clinic. Overseeing proceedings is Dr. Christian Jessen.
Nice to meet you. Come along in with me.
32-year-old Martin from Essex has been put through a detailed medical to make sure he's up to the task ahead.
So if you come and climb on these, you're 126 pounds.
9-stone Martin is desperate for a masculine physique, believing his puny vital stats fall short.
So you're 17 inches around your thigh, 10 inches. OK? Do you feel that you're smaller than most guys?
All my friends are, you know, are big lads, whereas before I was within the jockey sect, I was rather big.
So you went from being a big jockey...
Being a big jockey to being back to a little man again.
To a small guy?
Yeah.
All right.
It's disheartening as well when you go to the gym with your friends and they're pushing 10 times the weight you're pushing. This is embarrassing.
Martin's obsession with his body began at 14, when his career as a jockey sent him galloping full speed into a shocking regime to keep super skinny.
I'd stop eating 2 days before the race. I'd take laxatives, diuretics. And on the day of the race, I wouldn't actually drink. And I'd also put myself in saunas, so I knew that I could lose 11, 12 pounds overnight without hassle.
But these extreme measures have permanently damaged his health. Taking diuretics meant his body didn't grow normally, affecting his bladder worst of all.
Because my body was so small, my body hadn't grown, because I'd been dieting since I was 14, 15. There was a hole, a tear had appeared in my bladder.
Now Martin can only hold a very small amount in his bladder.
It can never be reversed.
Even after this shocking lifelong consequence, when he reached the finishing post as a jockey, Martin still didn't retire his extreme eating regime, and being super skinny became his driving passion.
So fat is a real fear for you, isn't it?
Serious fear. I think a lot of it is psychological. For me, I want to look lean. I want to look, you know, I want to look athletic. I have a big fear of taking the shirt off and being podgy.
Someone who hasn't been trying to dodge the podge is Martin's supersize opponent, Wayne. Wayne's overpower all of Martin's measly measurements, starting with his weight.
So, you weigh 404 pounds, about 29 stone.
I feel I'm at the weight today just through sloppiness and no self-control. I look in the mirror and I'm thinking, that's too big, that's too much. I've never seen myself like that before, and I'm like, that's got to go.
I was frightened he was going to have a heart attack before he reached even 30. I think he needs to lose weight, not just for me, but for himself as well.
Despite living at home with his mum, 24-year-old Wayne gorges on takeaways. But there's one thing that really makes him go weak at the knees.
My favourite foods, I would say, are probably burgers and cheese. I've had loads of cheese. You can never have enough cheese. I have cheese and everything. I have cheese on sandwiches, cheese and omelets, cheese on my burgers. You think that's a lot of cheese? If I could have more cheese, I would. And when that's about half cooked, I always stick a bit more cheese on, stick it under the grill. Trust me, it works.
But not only does Wayne think life is better with cheddar, his real lust is for booze.
My favourite drink's probably cider and black, Sambuca and Jack Daniels. When I'm out, I drink anything and everything just to have a good night, whatever's going, really.
Wayne, I can honestly say I have never seen anyone so young as you, 24, with such an appalling diet who drinks so much alcohol. And there's a day in your food diary from last week where you get through 18 pints, which is phenomenal. I mean, that's about 55-odd units of alcohol in one sitting, which is more than a binge. I mean, that's a whole party with just you at it. You know, what are you thinking of there when you drink that many?
That's the whole point. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just out enjoying myself, and I just don't think about, just flows down. I know it's wrong looking back now, but that's just how it happened, really.
Your liver will be suffering. It'll be enlarging, and all the normal healthy cells will be filling up with fat. That leads on to cirrhosis long term. Cirrhosis means your liver is scarred, and it doesn't work anymore, and you will die.
To help give Wayne the wake-up call he needs to lessen his load, he's facing Martin man-to-man.
I don't want to sound fattest or anything, but when you see big people and they eat so much, you think, well, look, that can't be good for you.
I do feel that being clinically underweight is just as bad as being clinically overweight. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with being so skinny.
It's time for Supersize to meet Superskinny.
Yeah, mate, all right?
Yeah, good.
You ready for it?
Yeah, good. Yourself?
Yeah.
When I saw Wayne for the first time, I thought, Jesus Christ, for someone of 24 to be that big, it did shock me that bit. Have you always been big, or?
Yeah, I'd say so, from my teens,
Yeah?
mainly, yeah. Just a lot of drinking and late-night junk food, really, so... I'm preparing myself for a bit of a starving week. As I look at mine, he's just all skin and bone. It's actually made me a bit nervous for the week ahead.
What size are your hands?
Very mad.
So we've got the same size hands?
Same size hands, then it just goes backwards.
All in all, Wayne is 3 times more man than Martin. There's a difference of 20 stone between them.
I've got 32-inch thighs.
32 inch, so your thigh's bigger than my waist?
Yeah.
We're going to have fun today.
Crazy.
By exchanging each other's typical week's meals, they will be forced to confront their unhealthy bad boy diet habits. But first, there's an eye-popping surprise in store to highlight the difference between their weekly food intakes.
How do you think this is going to look?
Not good.
You nervous already?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Let's start with your breakfasts.
I don't eat a meal first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
So I pick a chocolate bar up and a cup of coffee or whatever.
Let's move on and have a look at your lunches, see if they get any better. Oh dear, more chocolate. How often do you have chocolate for lunch?
Most days.
Most days?
Most days.
Go on, let's have a look at dinner. Some toast, some chicken. Anything else? Nothing. So Wayne, that's 7 days worth of breakfasts, lunches and dinners.
That's crazy.
Do you ever feel hungry?
Very rarely.
This is why you don't feel hungry. That's what you get through in a week of cigarettes. And cigarettes, nicotine specifically, suppresses your appetite.
There's more cigarettes than there is food.
It does look that way, doesn't it? All right. What's this?
Coffee.
Yeah, it's coffee. You drink 9 litres of coffee. You need cigarettes and caffeinated drinks to keep you going, because your poor body just has no energy stores whatsoever. So when you say you're proud of your six-pack, it's actually because you're starving, mate. It's not because you're doing anything brilliant to achieve a healthy, fit body. Quite the opposite.
Martin is consuming roughly 1,250 calories a day. He should be eating double that. So in a week, Martin is under-eating by 3.5 days. His body is missing out on vital carbohydrates, something that won't be a problem when he takes on Supersize Wayne's diet.
Right, so Wayne, let's have a look at your diet.
I think it's going to be up here.
All right. Let's start with your breakfast. Looks like bacon sandwiches to me.
Yeah. Cereals.
Right on cue, here it comes. That's quite a lot of cereal. So, moving on to lunches.
A lot of bread.
You're looking really worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah? What is that?
That's a pizza.
Pizza, chips. This looks like dinners now.
Curry, rice.
So you tend to have chips with a lot of things, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Fond of curry?
No.
No.
You look startled, Martin.
More chips, there's a surprise. Fried egg, sausage, that's dinner. More rice, more chilli. You look absolutely shell-shocked.
Next up, something to wash down all the carbs and fat, a barrel load of booze.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Wayne is consuming a whopping 5,500 calories a day. That's a humongous overeat of 8.5 days every single week.
You both need help, a lot of help. But I think you're going to learn an awful lot as well.
I don't eat normally, so to actually physically eat what someone like that eats, it's going to be a struggle.
I'm Anna Richardson, 37.5, a UK size 12.5, and I'm in Hollywood to see the other half. It's eating, exercise, and egos.
Wow, the pressure's on.
So far in the land of LA, I've discovered that fatties are banished to clubs 30 miles south of the city.
I think they'll look at us wherever we go.
Yeah. She should just stay at home because she's too fat.
To be a hero, you need to be a size 0, and the pressure is fierce.
I'm only 110 pounds and I still feel really self-conscious going on the beach.
I mean, what size are you, 2?
Close.
But most scarily in LA, the need to be skinny extends to new mothers. And a baby is no excuse to let yourself go, even though post-childbirth is the most dangerous time to lose weight. So who's got us convinced this bouncing back to pre-baby weight is a good thing? Celebs, of course. They can't let the matter of a new baby get in the way of their image. And where they lead, we all follow, and I want to know how. I've tracked down a brand new Hollywood mum, but she's in hiding, in her $25 million house, until she returns to her pre-baby figure.
Well, hello. Do you start the day with a swim or anything?
I do. I start in the morning with a workout.
Gabby is a model, actress turned commercials director.
This is our media room.
A media room?
Just 8 weeks ago, she popped out little baby called August.
Here are my gym.
Oh, your personal gym.
But instead of taking a long baby bank holiday, Gabby's on a grueling daily cardio workout regime, and she's following a strict low-carb, low-fat, low-sugar diet. So far, she's lost 22 pounds in just 8 weeks, and she's back to her pre-baby US size 6, but there's still another 3 whole pounds to lose. Well, she's got it all, including the cutest accessory of all. No, not a nanny, a baby.
My life is very much about my baby boy, August.
Hello, baby. Oh, dear. How difficult is it, do you think, for women living in LA to actually take the decision to have a baby?
Women, I do know, consider what will it do to your body when you have a child? What will be the aftermath?
Do you think that maybe women here are slightly more anxious about starting a family?
I think that could be an issue, yes.
Here to get slim fast, rich new mums have got chefs, nannies, oh, and of course, the ultimate name-dropping personal trainer.
Jessica Alba is one of my clients.
And you've got to go and see Jessica in a minute, don't you?
I do.
Okay, so Jessica Alba's one of your clients. Who else?
Halle Berry is one of my clients.
I think that when you're pregnant in Los Angeles, I think as with anywhere, you're sort of given, you know, you're allowed not to look so great, and it's like, oh, there's a pregnant woman, but afterwards, I think there's a lot of pressure to sort of snap back quickly.
Yeah. How soon should a woman be able to sort of get back into her clothes, do you think?
I have clients that after 7 weeks, they can get back into some... we're going to demonstrate squats. What you want to do is just go down and then come back up again. And we're going to go for 20 reps.
But Ramona's workouts must be the secret to eternal youth. Because guess how old she is?
I'm 46.
Genuinely, you're 46 years old?
Yep.
Have you had any work done?
No.
I haven't had a baby, but I'd kill to get a body like that. Join me later as I skip childbirth and go straight for the burn instead.
There's a few tears at the back there. She wants a burger.
Superskinny Martin and Supersize Wayne are boys binging badly with their diets. And for 5 days, they're swapping meals in a bid to help each other come to terms with their food issues.
Martin, I want you to learn that you can actually eat an awful lot more and it's not going to kill you. And Wayne, you'll be able to realise, maybe for the first time, what feeling hungry feels like. Keep thinking about what it is that the other person's eating and about what it is doing to them, because that's what's going to teach you most about this swap, OK?
On the menu tonight, it's a chicken breast and steamed vegetables for Wayne and a large lamb curry with all the trimmings, including chips for Martin.
Ready to swap?
It's yours.
There you go.
It's trouble from the off, as enormous eater Wayne's elfin-sized chicken dinner isn't the epic he's used to.
Where's the rest of it? So this is all you eat? No potatoes, nothing?
The tiny portions have been gobbled at breakneck speed, leaving Wayne wanting more.
Is he feeling full?
I feel like I haven't eaten yet. It feels like I'm still waiting for the next course to come out.
Super Skinny Martin is taking part in the swap as he desperately wants to bulk up his puny frame.